again and welcome back. If you are new around here, then hi, nice to meet you, and if you're returning, then thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name's Alana and I'm a 30-something lady who likes to talk all things kind of lipsticks, leggings, who am I trying to kid? It's lifestyle bullshit, let's face it, but well, liberal sprinkling of sarcasm on the top. I do make the odd travel vlog as well, so if you're into that kind of thing, then this might be the place for you, and there will be a little subscription button right down here if you fucking fancy it. This is going to be my monthly roundup video where I like to talk all about skincare, makeup, maybe a little bit of hair care and things like that. Sometimes I like to talk about what I'm reading, sometimes I like to talk about maybe what I've been eating, where I've been going, what I've been doing. Through the pandemic, that has been few and far between, but we're getting back to normal now. I don't know how it is where you are, but personally here in Scotland, things are just slowly but surely creeping to normality. There is the potential that come August, maybe we won't need to wear masks anymore. I'm holding my breath for that because if you are also new around here, you won't know that I am a full-time nurse and I work for the NHS. So I like to just hold my breath and wait and see, or not hold my breath I should say because I'd be dead, but hold my breath, wait and see how we get on with things. I do also like to have the odd sweary word on this channel. I like to say fuck, shite and bugger. Because I'm from Scotland, it just rolls off the tongue a little fucking bit. So I'm going to talk about all the shit I've been using this month. I also would like to say, because actually I'm filming this right at the start of July, I got a bit caught up. Sorry this video is going up late, but I've had a lot of things going on in life and it's been very, very exciting. I actually met some lovely ladies from Instagram who I have became very, very good friends with, and I'm just at the moment putting the Vieve Skin Dew on because I just realised that in this look, I never put any highlight on my face, so that was a little silly. This is going to be a get ready with me style video, and I'm just going to chat about all these things that I have been doing. But this month I managed to meet some glorious, glorious people from Instagram and had an absolutely wonderful day with them. It was great, great fun. And when I went to meet them the other day, I'd done a very similar look to this, and it was inspired by Hung Vanngo and the look that he done on Selena Gomez. So if you want to see me recreate this look and chat all about skincare, hair care, all that kind of pish too, I'm going to put a timestamp up here to when the look actually starts, but if you want to see all the other stuff as well, make sure you watch the whole thing. Oh, as always, grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like. I've got a biscuit again today. I'm going to talk to you about some skincare here. Some of these things I did mention last month in my kind of roundup of May, but last month I showed you this one. This was the Best Skin Ever Living Libations Sandalwood Cleansing Moisturiser, and as I said, I did decant quite a fair bit of this. I think I decanted about 10 mils of this out to give to my lovely friend Charisse to try it. So this is the original one that I've had, and I picked this up right at the start of the year, and this is where I'm at with it at the moment. So as you can see, I've used a fair bit of it. So I just wanted to give them both a little shout out again, because I feel like if I was to repurchase, it would probably definitely be this one. This is lovely, it's just not for my skin type. They have this one, which is just like the basic, right? All skin types. Then they have a rose one, which they say is better for sensitive skin, and this one, which is better for kind of inflamed and maybe acne prone skin. So this one is definitely my favourite. I have tried a sample of the rose one, but I just think this one is the best. So again, I will link them down below as per algorithm, because that's where I shop, Living Libation. But I'm sure in the US you can pick it up from other areas because it is a Canada-based company. But I really enjoy that for my kind of cleansing step in the evening if I'm not using a cleansing balm, and a lot of the time I will use one of them. Again, as I mentioned last month, I am still continuing to use a lot of the products that I picked up from YESSTYLE. Now that we're in July, I know this video is going up a little bit later, but I've been a busy lady, what can I say? Now we're in July, I am able to have a little bit of spend again. I decided to do a no buy in June, and now that we're over that, I'm going to pick up a few bits from YESSTYLE again. If you would like to see another YESSTYLE haul or bits and bobs that I'm going to pick up, I am definitely going to pick up another one of these. This is the Isntree Moist Cream, Hyaluronic Acid Moist Cream. This is also the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel, and this is the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Essence. I think I'm going to pick up the I'm From Rice Toner instead, but I really, these two products I have loved. They've become my holy grail, and as you can see here, I've got maybe that much left in the just general moisturiser, and I can kind of see in the light there that I've maybe got that much left of the sunscreen. I do have other sunscreens to use, but This is just fucking phenomenal. I do also have to say that if you use any of my links to buy anything off of YESSTYLE, I will receive a commission on that. I always put it on the screen and I always let you know as well, because I just like to be an honest bastard like that. So if you will see down in the description box all of the details about it. It is an affiliate link if you're using YESSTYLE. You don't have to use my code, you can use anybody else's, and you can just buy without using any code at all, so it's up to you. As I mentioned last month, I am continuing to put the Ordinary caffeine solution into a little bit of this at night and just putting it all over my face, or post night shift. If I'm coming home from a night shift, I put this on before I go to bed. I wake up, I feel plump, I feel juicy. It is honestly my favourite little combination at the moment, and continues to be so this month. So I'm sorry that's a bit repetitive, but it is absolutely chef's kiss, favourite. I actually am going to do a little Boots haul as well, and I know that they sell the Ordinary, so next month's What's New should be interesting. It will be coming up a little bit later as well for July, because I'm kind of waiting on all the orders coming in. But once I've got everything in, I will do a huge video with everything I've picked up for July. Alright, so let's talk about some new skincare. I'm sure I've done them in a What's New for the start of this month, or start of June I should say, and this is the Pharmacy. I got the little kit, so it came with Green Clean, which is their balm cleanser. It also came with this Honey Potion, which is a hydrating mask. It came with the Sleep Tight Firming Night Balm, and it also came with the Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturiser. So let's speak about these three things for a start. The Honey Potion, this is the mask, is a lot more different than I thought it would be. I'm not going to put any of this on my face right now, but I'm just going to talk to you about it. I put this on, I don't know if you're going to see it there. I'm hoping you'll see that there. It is thick and sticky like honey, but not necessarily runny honey, like stiff honey. Stiff honey? Is that getting a little sexy with that? I didn't mean it that way. But it is, even if I dip my finger in it now, it's going to be very sticky, so I'm not going to do that. It's sticky when it goes on the face, but the instructions read that you put it on and you emulsify it onto your face. So rub it, give it a really good rub, and it goes into like a white texture, which it does. And massage for 1 to 2 minutes while it warms and transforms onto a white cream. Then leave for 10 to 15 minutes and rinse it off. Now that was the bit that fucking blew my mind, because I didn't realise that was going to happen. I just kind of very quickly read the instructions and started. It heats up on the face. And I was like, is this supposed to be doing that? But then I reread the instructions. It is definitely a warming sensation. It's like one of those warming face masks on the face, which I found quite weird, but also I kind of enjoyed this. I'm going to say I'm not sure it overly was like, oh, it was massively hydrating. I think I still prefer my kind of just a really nice thick layer of a good moisturiser or a sleep mask over this. It's supposed to be a hydrating mask, and honey is a known humectant, so it does have those properties to it. But I don't know, it was nice. It's quite nice to give yourself a little pamper. The heat feeling was very nice as well. When you rinse it off, my skin did feel nice. I'm not sure moisturising, like I didn't feel like I was, like afterward felt overly moisturised, maybe a little plumped, and that was maybe the heat, the reaction with my skin. But I don't know if I would buy a full size of this again. It was interesting and I did enjoy it, but I probably won't reach for a full size. I don't have the Green Clean Balm Cleanser to hand. I have finished that, and I did briefly speak about that on an IGTV and my What's kind of travel skincare video. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's a balm cleanser. It's just a balm cleanser. Lots of balm cleansers do the same thing. It smelled a little like citrusy, a little limey, a little fruity. It was okay, but I have to be honest, no, I wouldn't reach for that over any of the other ones that I've bought over the years. I wouldn't seek it out over one that maybe cost me a tenner from the Body Shop, I'm going to be honest. So let's talk about the other two products. This is the Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturiser. I've been using this pretty much solidly now, at least for the last kind of 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm nearly finished it. It's only a little, what is this, 30ml sample? Where is it? 15ml. It's only a little 15ml sample. I haven't needed a heck of a lot of it, even though it's a lightweight moisturiser. And I've got dry skin. Like, my skin is definitely more normal to dry than it is dry to normal. I'm not super dry, but I definitely need more of a moisturising skincare routine than somebody who might have oily or greasy skin. So I feel like as long as I know I'm going to be putting this over the top as my SPF, then it works really nicely. I don't need a whole lot of moisturiser plus this, because this does such a good job. So for that reason, I've been enjoying this as a kind of summertime lightweight moisturiser. I thought it was pretty nice. I haven't looked into what the full price is. Wait, I'll just do that. Alright, so I've just checked out the full price. Full price for this moisturiser is £42 on Cult Beauty. It is nice. Am I going to pay £42 for it? Potentially. But I feel like when I spend a decent amount, like that kind of middle of the range, like not quite 90 to 100 odd pound, I don't think I could ever really bring myself to spend that much on a moisturiser. I don't think I could. But you know, it's not like drugstore brand, but it's also not up in that luxury range. The middle market stuff like that, like I find Kiehl's is kind of in that realm. When I'm spending that amount of money, maybe for anywhere 40 to 60 pounds on a moisturiser, I usually want it to be really thick and heavy and luxurious cream. That's usually what I look for when I'm spending a little more money. When it's something kind of lightweight like this, I can probably find something in a little more friendlier price range at the drugstore, Boots or Superdrug. So although I did really enjoy this, I don't know if I'll go racing to pick up another one. But it was nice, I did like it, and especially as more of a summertime moisturiser, I did really enjoy it. And lastly is this Sleep Tight Firming Night Balm. I have not used this as much as the other two, and I find it absolutely fucking weird. So I've not reached for it as much because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. So it says on it, apply on clean skin. First, warm a small amount between the palms of your hands lightly, applying onto skin. Blend with an upward and outward motion. Okay, fine. Again, this one smells very similar to the Green Clean. It's almost limey. It smells like it has a lime scent, a very fresh scent to it. But this to me is like a cleansing balm. Like a really oily cleansing balm. I'm going to show you close up, hold on. So I'm hoping that you can see there. It is exactly like a wax almost, like an oil, hardened oil balm. And as soon as you scoop some out, that's what it turns to, oil. Now don't get me wrong, that's quite nice. I quite like a little oil in the evening as my last step of skincare. But I just found this weird. It felt more like this would be the thing that I would maybe be removing my makeup with. It felt odd that I was like using it in a similar fashion as a cleansing balm. And I felt that it didn't play nicely with some of the other products I put on my face because this is an oil and other things. It wasn't great, I'm not going to lie. That is my personal opinion. You might use this and absolutely fucking love it. And if you do use it and you're telling me I'm doing it the wrong way, then please by all means comment below and let me know. Personally, I just prefer a nice moisturiser in the evening. This was not the kind of formula I like, so I probably will not look into this again. This one is a miss for me. So I continue to also use my Skin and Me. Again, I have a code for them. If you wish to use it, it gets you 2 months free and it gives me a £5 off my next thing or a month free, whatever. The description will be up here right now or it'll be down below in the description box. I do not work with Skin and Me. I have never been paid by Skin and Me. It is a code that anybody can get if you've used Skin and Me, but just so you know it is there if you wish to use it. I have been using Skin and Me now since November. I continue to buy it. It is £19.99 a month. I know that's quite a lot of money, but I do feel like my evening skincare routine is just really pared back. Massively so. I use niacinamide, I use that, maybe a little facial spritz, and then if I'm feeling particularly dry that night, I'll use this mix with the caffeine, but I don't do that every single night. That is pretty much it, and I adore it. I think this is a great subscription service. I know a lot of people who use it is for acne. I am not using it for that reason, but in hindsight I had to think about it since using Skin and Me. Then I used to get the odd hormonal blemish round about the chin, and even if you go and look at some of my videos from last year when I was talking about skincare, I was very open about my skin, and I would say I've got like a big spot going on here, look at the size of this guy growing on my forehead. And now, I'm looking at my video and I'm like, actually, I usually talk about my pigmentation, that's scarring that's been left from those blemishes, but when's the actual last time that I had a proper spot, like an angry, under the skin, sore, cystic spot? I can't remember, if I'm honest with you. And obviously I've been using other things, but I do feel like the thing that I can attest to is the fact that this has been a staple since November. I don't know, I just want to put it out there, but you know, not for definite, can't say for definite, but I'm going to continue to use it. And lastly for skincare, I'm going to talk about this. It's the Isle of Paradise. This is the Day Dew Self Tan Face Mist. Now, this is one of these ones that's like a biophase thing. You need to shake it to wake it. Otherwise, you might do what I done and didn't realise that the first time and sprayed it and just was like, why am I so oily? Why am I covered in oil now? It was fucking weird, but that was my fault. Anyway, I am going to shove this on the now because what it says is shake to activate, close your eyes and mist 2 or 3 sprays on your face, massage into skin, and then use daily before makeup for a dewy finish. And I have been doing that. The mister is beautiful, and I sprayed maybe a little more than you're supposed to there, but I feel because the mister is so soft and nothing really at all, that it kind of doesn't all come out. But again, once you've used this, you might want to wash your hands afterwards because it is a self-tanning product. So I have been enjoying this, it's been quite nice. I don't know if I'll pick it up again. I think for the summer it's been a nice option, especially because I've been using a lot of the self-tanning products on my body. So it's nice to make sure that my face isn't going too far out of the same colour as my neck and my face. And lastly, let's speak about these, because again, I mentioned these before in a Watch New video. This is the Kristen S brand, and this one here is the Micellar Water Purifying Shampoo. I've been using this now to go to work. So I've said this before, I love my John Frieda, my volume kind of thing. Love it, it's my favourite, I always go back to it. But I generally try to keep that one for like days when I'm not at work, because I want to feel a little like, ooh, volume, luscious. And I want to feel a little more fancy. So I don't always use that one when I'm going to work. But I usually use a cheap one. Just any old one when Alan's got in the shower, it doesn't really bother me. This is what I've been using when I've been going to work, and I like it. I think it's really good. I think it does a really good job of kind of getting all the oils out your hair. I do have more oily hair than I do dry, but also keeps things looking really shiny, really soft. I don't feel like my hair is stripped either. The colour keeps quite nicely too. I'm really enjoying this. This, however, this is the dry shampoo, oil absorbing, blow dry extending dry shampoo. I wouldn't bother. It's okay, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there is a hell of a white cast. Can you see that? And for me, with my dark hair, that is always something that I look for in a dry shampoo. I know you can get the ones with colour in them that kind of stop that happening, but when your hair is this dark, white cast, it's something that really gets to me, and for that reason this just isn't for me. If you've got blonde hair you might feel otherwise, but this one was a winner. The dry shampoo, not so much. Alright, so let's move on to the makeup look. Now I know we're a good way into the video now, and I'm sorry if you were like, I was hoping for this bit at the start and you would talk about all the other bump after, but it's going to be snappy, don't worry, it's a quick makeup look. I've seen this beautiful look done by Hung Vanngo. If you don't know who Hung Vanngo is, please go and check him out. I'm going to put the video up here in the corner, and this is a still of the look that was created on the gorgeous Selena Gomez. So we're going to be doing something similar like that, but it's actually really simple, and it has been my go-to over the last few weeks, and that is what I've been doing. So let's get stuck into it. Hi, your sister's under there. She's hiding. The little one is under here as usual. Hi. Now I'm going to take the Vieve eye wand. I'm going to try and make it work for me. And something else that I've been reaching for this month again is I've pulled out an old favourite. This is the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay, and I have been using this all the time lately. Like, I've just been pulling it out. I think it's a really good summer palette. It's got so many fun colours in there. It's got very neutral colours, lots of warm tones. It's got little pops of blue and green and little pops of purple. There's some dual tones in there. But I think as a summer palette for me, it does a great job. And honestly, over the last kind of 3 weeks, I have not stopped reaching for this. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a halo eye like he done. Now the problem that I have with these Vieve wands is they dry down really quickly. Hold on, I'll zoom you in a bit so you can see. So I'm taking this brush from my Katie Jane Hughes collection. This is the 11, and I'm starting to try and pull that shape with the colour that I've put down. You could go straight off the eye wand as well, like that, and then go in, but I just find they're so dry, these eye wands. And I think for staying power, that means it's really good, like it works, but it means that they don't move on the eyelid really well, and that's why I haven't really spoke about this that much, because I'm struggling to get them to work for me, if I'm honest. Maybe this colour is just a little too dark for me on my pale skin, but I feel like if there's obviously like a black version of this as well, and I'm just like, how does anybody get that to blend on their eye? Maybe I've just got a really bad one, I don't know. And as you can see here, it does blend, but just not, it goes patchy. You're probably not going to see it, but it literally starts to patch up the more I blend it. It doesn't go a nice soft blend. Alright, so I've zoomed you really close in now, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but it just really patches up. Maybe if I shut my eye it'll be easier to see. It gets super patchy, like there's little dots there. Can you see them? That was the dark colour, and when I've tried to blend it out, it almost catches on this hooded part of my lid. Do you see the white, the little white stripe? Do you see that? Like, just in there? it catches, and then when I try to cover that part up, it doesn't do it. They just don't blend brilliantly. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with these sticks, because personally, I'm really sorry, Jamie Genevieve, they're just not for me. I just don't think they work. They feel really, really dry. I think for staying power and longevity, they probably work really well. And people must use them as a bit of an eyeshadow base, which probably works quite well. But if you don't get into them straight away and blend them, they are quite difficult to blend. And I am not a makeup artist. I'm aware that maybe my technique is not the best, but I just think there are other cheaper options and a very similar thing that work so much nicer. Again, I don't think this is really showing on the camera the way it is in real life, but it's very patchy. Again, like you can see where I put it on initially, and then when it all kind of breaks up, I hope you can see that actually. I think you might be able to when I'm putting my brush down. I think they're patchy. I don't think they're worth the money. Not in this colour anyway. I would say maybe go for one of the paler ones. If you have dark skin, then that's fine. It maybe wouldn't look so patchy on your skin as it does mine. But personally, I just think these are not worth the money. Alright, so I've played about with that a little bit more. I've added a little bit more in here because I want a soft, smoky kind of halo eye. As I say, I don't really love these eye ones. It doesn't mean to say that I'm rating Vieve as a whole. I think Vieve is quite a nice brand actually, and I'm actually hoping to pick up one of the bronzers and see how they work. So it's just these ones, I'm not into them. I'm now going to go in with Riff from this palette, which is this kind of orangey colour here, and just go over those areas on a slightly smaller brush. This is the KJH number 17. I've continued to absolutely adore the brushes from KJ & Hughes. I just think they're so good. It's really nice how petite they are, and just how they have like a smaller size. So they have this brush, and then they have a smaller version of this brush. They have a big blending brush, and then they have a smaller version of the blending brush. That's the way that they've kind of worked it, and I think it works really, really nicely so that you can do more petite work and blown out work, and I think it is gorgeous. So I'm just going in with that kind of warmer, soft brown colour there. There we go. So that's kind of the shape that I'm going for on both eyes, this kind of pulled out wing and a little more fiery. I'm now going to go into Punk, which is a really, really dark kind of brown, but it's a warm toned brown. And I'm going to go in with, as I say, the smaller version of this brush. Oh, I tell a lie. So that was the small version, sorry. So that was the number 17, which is a small one, and the number 19 is the bigger version of it. So I'm actually going to go in with this one here, which is the 18, which is like this little one, and again it has a partner who is number 21. It's like a big and a mini version of it, and I'm going to just start building out that wing a little and deepening it up so it's like a bronzed look, but it has definitely this kind of warm almond shaped eye that Hung was talking about. So I've winged out there, and I'm just bringing it in here now, just up a little to put a little bit of definition on that. There we go. And I'm now going to go in with Blaze, which is this kind of, it's almost a pinky toned, it's like got a warmth to it, it's like a fiery toned gold, and I'm going to put that across the middle, and I am going to use my finger because I think that these shadows come up lovely using your finger. I'm then going to take Penthouse, which is from the Sashimi City palette from Kaleidos. And this is a beautiful, like, sparkly golden green colour. But actually, I think with this look, I done it the other day and I thought it looked really, really pretty. Just popped right across the top like that. And there we go. It's just like a nice winged out bronzed look, like not too much. For the inner corner, now, I know that the inner corner is now, sometimes people are thinking it's a little uncool to do the inner corner, but guess what? I am uncool, and I quite like doing the inner corner still. So, I'm going to take the lightest shade from my Born to Run palette, which is Breakaway, and I'm just going to pop that right here. When I'm doing my inner corner, I've said this before, I tend not to go right in here, but I do go here, because this is where the light hits on my eye a lot more. I'm now going to put on a little lash, because believe it or not, I've been wearing a little bit of a lash. And I've been reaching for these ones, which are the Naked Lash from Ardell, and they are so, so pretty. They're just like soft, fluttery goodness. I'm just going to pop them on there now. Okay, so that's me with the lashes on as well. Now, as I said, I'm not a big lash wearer. I don't do it very often, but I feel these are just really nice and soft and very fluttery, even with quite a bold eye like this. But I feel you could get away with these because the band is so thin. You could get away with these with just even nothing on the eye. A very, very like light wash of one colour. you would still get away with these eyelashes. And I've not put any mascara on yet. I will run a little bit through them, but I'm just going to zoom you in and let you see what they look like. I've also popped a little bit of glossy boy brow through the brows, but otherwise that is me done with the eyes. And here we go, that is the lashes, and I just think they're very, very pretty and very soft, even though like they do look like you've got lashes on. I don't think anybody can ever say you look like you don't have false eyelashes on, but I think they're very, very soft. I think I've made them a little short on this side, but who cares? But they're very, very soft and very fluttery, and that's what I'm enjoying about them. I think they're lovely for summertime if you just want to kick it up a notch. Alright, so for skin, I'm going to talk about the Nabla Skin Realist. This is the shade 2, which is light. It is a little yellow for me, even at the moment, but because my body is a little darker than my face at the moment, I don't know if you can tell, I am going to go with this. It very, very much reminds me of the It CC cream, that kind of texture that it has. It doesn't have SPF, I should just say that for now, but it does have like hyaluronic acid properties in it. Microspheres should make you plumped and juicy, and apparently a little lifting and tightening. I don't know how much of that I believe. I have used it putting it on with my hands before and it was fine, but I tend to like to use it with this brush from LARAFAYE, and that is the F04. It's like a nice flat topped kind of kabuki brush, and I think I spoke about this recently. You can see how yellow it is on my skin, and I kind of spoke about this brush recently and was like saying how actually when I first got this brush I was like, meh, not into it, not my kind of brush, which for a very long time it probably wasn't, but for this product in particular I think it is wonderful. I also think that for one and done, like if you're just needing to be out the door, you're not want to do like lots of contouring, lots of shaping, you just want something on the base of your skin, this is a great brush. It works wonders. And I also have used this taking it to work, the Skin Realist, and just put it on with my hands as well. I'm just making sure that it's also now the same colour as my chest. As I say, light is a little yellow for my skin tone, and personally the other one I've got, which is fair, is just too white. It's a little too light for me, but in the winter that one might work. So I'm going between the two at the moment, and I do actually really like the product. I can't tell you whether or not those skincare properties have worked, because it says you would notice differences within, I think it's 30 days or something. But the honest to God truth is I haven't used it religiously enough every single day. I've used it going to work over the last 2 weeks all the time. Every single day I've went to work over the last 2 weeks is what's been on my face. But I cannot say for definite that it's what I've used over the last month. So I can't tell you that. And even at that, I think it's a little, maybe I'm just speaking out of turn. I think it's a little optimistic to think that a makeup product would be causing lots of skincare properties, but I think the finish is really nice. It leaves a really nice glow on the skin. It's the kind of thing I'm looking for. It's coverage but not too much, because I don't really like that, and it gets me exactly where I need to go. So on top of that, I'm going to put on some blush, and I'm going to talk about these. These are the Pinch Pots from Spectrum. I fucking love them, mate. I love them. I think they're fucking fantastic. So I've been using Joyful and Uplifted a lot more. Joyful's like a kind of pink, almost just been sunburnt, pinched cheek type look. What also I've been reaching for a lot this month has been the Live Tinted one. I think I've spoke about this quite a lot recently as well, and it is in the colour Rise. So let me just swatch Rise for you, and then I will swatch Joyful and Uplifted. Okay, so this one here is Rise, the one in the middle is Joyful, and the one in the end there is Uplifted. So you can see Uplifted is definitely more of a nude for me, the middle is a bit more pink, and this one is definitely more orange. So today I think I'm going to go with a little mixture of Joyful and maybe some of that Live Tinted, because I do love the orange colour it gives, but I love the colour this gives me on my face to look a little sunburned. I've said before, because of my tone in my skin, it actually helps me to look a little bit sunburnt, because then it looks like I've naturally caught the sun, and I look like you can just see, oh, it's just, it is a beautiful, beautiful tone. And I do like taking this up round about the temple as well, just to blur that out a little. I'm going to take my number 8 from Katie Jane Hughes, and I'm going to take some of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Again, I've just been taking different concealers, I just want to try them. My Glossier Stretch is well and truly finished. I am going to be placing an order with Glossier again, because this month I am able to spend a little more. So I'm trying to use other concealers and get used to the textures and things like that, rather than just relying on Glossier Stretch all the time because I'm frankly just kind of lazy. What I am going to do is take my Lottie London Freckle Tint, because I like doing this before I add too much blush or anything, because I've said before, I think it looks a little more natural if it is peeking through, because it will look a little bit more like your natural freckles. And as I've said before as well, I like to make some big dots and some little dots. I let them sit for just a minute, and then I just take my finger and take them all up and over. I try not to pinpoint just across the nose, because as I've said before as well, if I caught the sun, it would not just be on my nose, it would be more here in this area. Some people might want to say it's a type of melasma I've got as opposed to freckles, but I definitely get more colour and spots and sun damage probably. Personally, I like to flog them off as freckles. There, so you can see really close, like that has given that kind of look of freckles right across my face there. And that is generally what would happen to me if I was in the sun too much, or if I didn't put on my SPF, that's probably what would happen to me even more. So up round here as well is where I would get them. Not quite so much here, but I have put the odd one or two, and then like across my head as well is usually where I would get them. I do have them a little bit here. So then I'm going to take the Live Tinted pencil, and I'm going to take my brush and rub it on the brush rather than straight on the face, so you can see the product there. And I'm just going to start buffing this very softly into this kind of shape here, so you can see how that really complements the tone that I've got on my eye. And I might take just a little dusting of that across the nose as well. Alright, so for my final kind of step before I put on a lip, I'm going to take my Kiko bronzer. This is the one in Bronze Melange from their Lost in Amalfi collection, and I'm taking my LARAFAYE F02. As I've said before as well, I will have to put hashtag ad because I have been sent a product for free from LARAFAYE. It is specifically this brush actually, because I loved it so much that I was going to buy another one, and they very kindly were like, look, we'll just send you one for free. But I do love this brush, I think it's amazing. I'm sure they are going to discontinue it, and I don't want to keep saying that because I want you to feel like, oh, I need to go and get it before they discontinue it. Please don't feel like that. You can pick up any bronzer brush you wish. Don't feel you need to buy it because of that. But personally, this shape I love. I wish they weren't getting rid of it. It is very, very similar to the Katie Jane Hughes shape, but just a little bigger. Just saying. To create that beautiful red coral lip, I'm taking my Gloss My Heart pencil in number, is this number 9? I can't remember now. 14 or 9? 9. I'm sure this is 9. 14 is Warm Brown, and this one is called Cardinal. I'm sure, like Cardinal Red. So I wanted to create a really soft and matte version of this lip. I'm pretty sure Selena Gomez isn't wearing any gloss or anything like that. So I love this one from 3CE, which is called Cotton Up. It's a real coral. To keep that nice like red tone to it, I'm going to go over the top with Glossier Zip first, because I want it to be red, but then I'm just going to plop a little bit of that orange in the middle. And this red is really nice because it's a really kind of orangey red, and it's that sheer matte finish as well, so it's not too soaking your lips dry. But I know they have new stuff as well, and that's why I think I'm going to be making a Glossier order, because I want to try the new lipsticks. And now I'm just going to go in with that Cotton Up from 3CE to give that really beautiful orange coral colour. And I love it. So nice. See, when I saw that look, I just thought, oh, that is glorious. Okay, so that's the look for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have rambled on an awful lot. I know this video will be very, very long, but I just felt I had so much to talk about this month, so much to do. And also, I just had such a lovely month. I had a wonderful holiday. It was so great. And then at the end of the month, right at the end of the month, start of July, I should say, because technically we're in July now, I met 3 wonderful, wonderful women from Instagram, Leslie, Hannah and Lauren. They are amazing. I'm going to link them down below. I have spoke about all 3 of them before on this channel, but please go and check them out. And I think that's all for now. I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.